Hello children, welcome to the YouTube channel of Welkin National School, Vasai East. This is Mrs. Mamata Bijur, your subject teacher of SST. Today I will be teaching for standard 6th, that is Geography, chapter number 10, Human Occupation. Now in this chapter they have given some pictures. I will show you. These are the pictures. This is picture B. Picture C. Picture D. This is picture E. This picture is F. Answer the following questions after observing the picture in figure 10.1. Now these all figure which I showed is figure 10.1 from A to F. What are the cows and the buffaloes in picture A doing? Now in this picture A, what are cows and buffaloes doing? They are on the grass, they are eating grass. Okay. What is being obtained in picture B? This is picture B. What is being obtained? A lady is removing the milk from the cow. Then what is happening at the milk collection center in the picture C? Now in picture C, what is happening over here? A milkman is purifying all the milk. Then in picture D, what is being transported? Where could the tanker be going? Now in picture D, where is this van is been transported? He is going to the milk main center. He will be going to give the milk in the dairy farm. Then which products are seen in picture E? From what have these products been made? Now in picture E, these are the milk. Okay, from milk they are processing it and preparing it what? Cheese and butter. Then what else is happening in picture E? Then out of the products shown in picture F, which product do you use? Once the processing is done from the milk, many variety of products is been prepared from the milk. And in picture F, this is the milk center where the customer buys milk. Okay. What would be the main difference between milk and milk product? Do these products perish quickly like milk? Okay. Now let's go for the explanation. All the above pictures are related to the rearing of domestic animal, obtaining milk from them, selling milk, processing milk at milk processing center. Obtaining milk from them, selling milk, processing milk at milk processing center, making ghee, butter, cheese, shrikhand, paneer, milk powder etc. from milk, then selling them in the market etc. This work is carried out at different levels. Man undertake all this activity to satisfy his own needs. We classify these activity on the basis of their nature and the product they yield. Now in this paragraph what they are saying that as we have read and showed you all the above pictures which is related to the domestic animals. Now from domestic animals we get milk, and from that milk we can sell it it get processed from the processing center, and when it get processed, many variety of products is been prepared, like making cheese, then butter, making ghee, then shrikhand, then paneer, then it can be also be prepared milk powder, etc. Many more products is been prepared from the milk. Then these all things is been sold in the market, and this all work is carried a different level. So every product when it is prepared, so these all activities man undertake as per his own need. So we classify these activities on the basis of the nature and the product which is yield. Now look at the picture again and answer the following question. Which of these activities is undertaken to obtain a product from nature? Which product is obtained through it? How long does this product last? In which picture is the product obtained from nature being collected? Which service did the milk producer get through this activity? Now the first one is what? Which of these activities is undertaken to obtain a product from nature? Which all activity? In the figure B, a lady is been removing the milk. Then which product is been obtained through it? Milk. How long does this product last? It may last for 1 month. Then in which picture is the product obtained from nature being collected? So these are all the questions. Where is the milk being taken? What happens to the milk thereafter? What milk products are seen in the picture? Then which inspect this product? Who inspect this product? Then what does the shopkeeper do with this product? Which of these products are perishable and which are non-perishable? Will the price and weight of this product be same at that of the milk? So these are all the processing centers pictures, pictures of the milk production. Then let's discuss this. We carry out many activity to fulfill our needs. We have many occupation, industries, trades, etc. Some of these activities are directly dependent on nature. It means that the product obtained in these activities are obtained directly from nature. Cow and buffaloes are animals. We domesticate them. See in picture A, we get milk from them. Therefore, this occupation is directly dependent on nature. Such occupation which are dependent on nature are called primary occupation. Example, animal husbandry and fishing. Now over here in this paragraph, they are explaining that many activities is been carried out as per our need. So as per our need, we have many occupations, then industries and trade. Now from these activities, like some of the activities that we have to be depend on nature, like it means the product which is obtained directly from the nature, that we have to be dependent. That is, cow and buffaloes are the animal. Some people domesticate them. And from picture A that I have showed you, what is she doing? She is getting the milk from them. So this kind of the occupation is directly dependent on nature. We have to depend on nature. So such occupation is called what? Primary occupation. The examples are animal husbandry and fishing. Some products is obtained in primary occupation are used directly, while others are used after making some changes in them. Now see picture E. In this picture, the milk is been processed after bringing it to the dairy. That is, the product obtained from the nature is processed and made into different products. These products are more durable, their quality has been enhanced too, and therefore their price is also higher. For example, shrikhand, butter, cheese and milk powder are processed from milk. This processing is an industrial activity. Industries are based on raw material. More durable goods are produced in an industry. The raw material supplied to the industries is often obtained from nature, that is, from primary occupation. Then occupation dependent on primary occupation are called secondary occupation. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that there are some products, that is primary occupation, that we have to directly be dependent, and some are the other products which are independent. So in figure E, in that picture, the milk is been processed, processed, then it is when after bringing it to the dairy. Now that product is from the nature and it is been processed. So from that process we get a different product. So these products are what? Durable products. So their quality is also enhanced in that, and the price is also higher. So there are many products is been prepared like Shrikhand, butter, cheese and milk powder. These are all processed from the milk, and the processing is from the industrial activity. So some are the durable goods. So when a raw material is supplied to the industries which is obtained from the nature, that is called primary occupation. And occupation dependent, which is dependent on primary occupation, is called secondary occupation. Now look at the picture C, D and F. This is C, D and this is F. You will see milk collection and sale of milk, transport of milk and sale of milk products respectively. All these activities are related to the products of primary and secondary occupation. Many a times these occupations provide complementary services to the other two occupations. Such occupations are called tertiary occupation. These occupations are complementary to all other occupation. These occupations are also called service occupation. This include transport of goods, loading and unloading of goods and sale of goods. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that, as I showed you in the picture C, D and F, in that picture it is showing about the collection and the sale of milk. Then that milk is been transported, and after the transportation there is a sale of milk products. So these all activities are the products of primary and secondary occupation. Most of the times it happens that there is also a complementary service given to other occupation. So such type of occupation are called tertiary occupation. Now the occupations that are complementary to the other occupation, they are called service occupation, and that service occupation includes of transport of goods, then loading and unloading of goods, then sale of goods. Now look at the picture E. This is the picture E. Here you can see a person testing the prepared milk products. This person is testing the quality of the product. To do this work, the person must have some special skills. This is also a type of service, but this service is not an ordinary one. It requires special expertise, and therefore such services are called quaternary service occupation. Now not all the services are directly related to the primary or secondary occupation. For example, those of a driver, knife grinder, then policeman, the postal service, etc. Now over here in this paragraph they have explained that as I showed you in picture E, in that picture it is showing that the person is testing the milk of the milk products. Now after the testing its quality, then the person for testing that quality, a person should have a special skills to test that quality. He should have the knowledge of it. And this type of service is not an ordinary service. It requires a special expertise, and therefore such services are called quaternary occupation. Now these are the occupation. This is sugarcane field. This is the scale of sale of sugar. Now this is the sugarcane field. After that, what it is done? Harvesting of sugarcane. Then after that, third process, transport of sugarcane. Then fourth process, sugarcane being collected at the factory. Then after that, that is sale of sugar. Then sack of sugar is been carried by a person. After that, sugar production, and they check the quality. Then it is gone for the processing of sugarcane juice. Then inspection and maintenance of machinery in the factory. So these are all the process. This is how we classify the human occupation. Different occupations are practiced in different countries of the world. Through this occupation, economic transaction occurs within a country, and between various countries. This transaction decide the country's production of various goods and their annual income. This in turn is used to decide the extent of the country's development. Now over here, what they have explained in this paragraph, that as I showed you earlier in that picture, it is classified as a human occupation. Now in different countries, different person is being practiced a different occupation. So through this occupation, economic transaction occurs. Means once the goods is been sent for the sale, then there is an transaction, that how many sale is been done in that country. So that is called economic transaction between the various country. So this transaction is decided by the after the production of various goods and their annual income. Observe figure 10.3. This is the 10.3 figure. Percentage of manpower engaged in various occupation in some countries. Now this is the Bangladesh. This is the percentage of manpower engaged in various occupation. Now Bangladesh, the blue part one is the primary occupation, the red part is of secondary occupation, and the third is green part is of territory occupation. This is of Bangladesh. Same way this is of United Arab Emirates. Same way it is of Turkey. Now these pie charts show the percentage of manpower engaged in various occupation in the countries of Bangladesh, United Arab, that is UAE, and Turkey. Each pie chart shows the percentage of primary and territory occupation. Okay. Which country has more manpower engaged in primary occupation? Now as I tell you, in Bangladesh and United Arab Emirates, then Turkey. Which country has the more manpower in primary? This one, Bangladesh, because it is covering half of the circle. Countries which have more manpower engaged in territory activity are considered to be developed countries. Now the countries which have more manpower engaged in territory activity, like this one, this is more engaged in the territory activity, so it is a developed country. While countries which have more manpower engaged in primary activity are considered as developing country. So primary activity which are more manpower, so this is more one. So Bangladesh is said to be more manpower and it is a developing country. Now rank the countries above from developed to developing. So students, we have completed this chapter. Hope you all have understood this chapter. Bye students, take care and have a nice day.